Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. It's the Ignite Your Purpose podcast, where we talk longevity to a healthy lifestyle. It's a mix of the mental, the physical, the spiritual knowledge that Max and I have, and as we like to call it, the mind, body, soul trifecta. Always negative to positive. We are step by step each and every day. So in this episode, we're going to reflect upon Max's life. We're going to ask Max some questions about his past.
There we go.
There we go. So with hindsight, Max, and what we're not going to do is pull out regret and I wish and if I should have known this or if I had known, but it's how would you have done things differently? So Max, you've had a music career over the years. Tagged entwined with your property maintenance business and your decorating business and all those other businesses that you've had your fingers in. So with hindsight, what are the highs and what are the lows of sort of the past experience? And now that you're 10 years in the game.
Yeah, that's right, baby.
So then meditation, how would you do it differently? This time around, next time around. You're doing it again, right?
Yeah. Say that again. You froze a little bit at that last.
So you're doing it again right now. You're going through this process.
This is, this is the thing. This is the relearning. The knowledge never stops. It somewhat fits into the last week this whole last week of conversations. And thinking back to when we're young and the whole uprising of life. And two words that come into my head for starters are that one of giving your power away. For starters is something I would always look back at my younger self and I admittedly did all the time. And the reason for that was because I thought that these people were in authoritative positions and knew better than me and could get me to where I needed to go. So I listened to them, not knowing that was simply just someone's opinion. And every single one of us have an opinion, just like every single one of us have a friggin' asshole, right? And some of them took me on an all right path. Some took me down a really not so great path. So right there, right off the bat is two things. Having said all that, I wouldn't change it for the world because it's got me to where I'm at today. And I obviously needed, if we start thinking from that higher perspective, I needed all those lessons to be in the spot I am today, to still be alive, to still be fighting for every inch that we're trying to take. And I wouldn't have my health the way I do, and I wouldn't have my mindset, and I wouldn't have the mental abilities and agilities and strength that I have now without all of those things.
Yep.
And you know what? Sometimes I got begrudged getting into the entrepreneurial side of things. Yet I sit here today and I'm so blessed for that, because if I didn't have it, I would not be capable of doing the things I'm doing today. So like I said, it's a massive juggling act. Regrets, I would only say this, John, and you and I have talked about this before, and I used the word regret. We didn't want to get into that word, but wasting time.
Yeah.
That's it, man.
But yeah, we do. And I've done it as much as you. We always default to this higher authority. We default our health to the doctor. We default our diet to newspapers and the media. We default our career advice to somebody who's been in that career for 45 years and they're just
done,
wasted and dead. So
Or we take advice from people who never did it and don't really want you to do it.
And their only knowledge has come from newspaper cuttings or movies or films or bitter conversations. So giving away one's power is it's a phrase I've never heard before I met you and before we've sort of been speaking regularly. And I value that phrase, highly, because it's certainly enables me to, in situations where I'm considering defaulting to somebody else, and I better go ask my parents, or I better go ask or I better go ask a builder who's had this experience, and I sit down and say, well, actually, go and seek your own knowledge. get on the internet, and I know it's difficult, but if we spend a bit of time and a bit of effort, we can weave our way through all the super duper marketing to find some data to create a better informed decision that we make ourselves rather than asking someone to do it for us. And that is where possibly the conversation 2 days ago went, to defaulting to other people and seeking validation from other people and seeking other people's yeses and nos. They're all intertwined.
Exactly. And even for you and I right now, currently, John, I mean, we're just two guys that started doing this. Yeah. And, we could go and take a course or ask so-and-so, but which we do, we take advice from those who know more than us. But unless you and I do it ourselves, we'll never know how to do it, because we're just taking other people's experiences and then their programming and trying to fit it into us to find that shortcut, when in the end, it's the hard work that you put in, because everything's within us, to get the end goal that we want.
So the example there is, at the minute, Max and I are trying to learn all about SEO, which is search engine optimization. And it is a science. And we've been on the YouTube videos with all the pretty girls, and 0 to 1,000 subscribers in 17 seconds and all that stuff.
Right. Yeah.
But, and there are useful nuggets in there, but they don't tell you the nitty gritty ways to get around it. And just conversing with a friend of mine, friend of a brother, over the last couple of years, and I thought, sure, Matt does that. So I spoke to Matt, and Matt has been giving us some insane information. But what he's saying is, go and try this and this and this, and then
there you go.
And he observed us from a distance, and then he got back to us and he said, "Right, boys, I can see you've been putting the work and the hours in. Right, here's the next lesson. Here's the next lesson." And I know that he's been at this stuff for 5 years, and he's all self-taught. It's not some bullshit, easy 3-step course to the answer. Here's something to try. Go away and try it. Okay, right, fine tune it, and it just rolls on. And I think through that, Max and I we've got some basic knowledge now. That if
we really do.
Came to me and said, "I'm going to make this video and I need to SEO it on YouTube," I think I'd have a pretty decent idea of, getting a couple of rungs up the ladder.
Exactly, and it wouldn't be perfect, but we're growing every day. And that goes back to the music career. I can remember people saying to me, I'd come with a song that I wanted to do, right? And they'd come back to me, give me their opinion, and then tell me how radio would want it this way. And then so you're taking what you've created and basically, taking one or two little feathers from it and then repackaging it for a whole thing that you didn't want it to be in the first place, right?
And then
and that's exactly what Matt's giving for us, right? He's going, here's an idea, boys, go figure it out. And we're going, oh shit, that works. Cool. Yeah. Oh, I get this. And you're putting in the work, and that's at the end. There is no shortcut. That's another thing I'd learned, thinking somebody else is going to do it for you. And we said this before, John, in one of our earliest podcasts. Nobody in their right mind is going to come to John's house, my house, Susie's house, plant that money tree for you, take care of it, water it, prune it, make sure the sun's hitting it correctly, and then when it bears fruit, the money is going to pick it and then put it on your lap for you. I mean, for me to have thought like that when I was 18, 17, 19 years old was ridiculous. And if you're still thinking like that, it's ridiculous. It's on us to put in the work. This is the reason we're here, John. When we signed our soul contract, if you believe in that stuff, man, it was to put in the work on this planet.
And the reason Max and I are here, we're here to help others. And that's going to take the work each and every day to create a product that's accessible, that's affordable, that's valuable. And it may take a wheelbarrow full of money to be able to build this stuff. And you don't find wheelbarrows full of money around the corner. So it's going to take us to walk the walk, do those hard miles. And if we're diligent, and if we stick with it, and we have the consistency each and every day to turn up and to believe that we can achieve this goal, one day we'll walk around the corner or over the brow of the hill, and that little pot of money will be there so that we can create the website or create a free school or create or whatever it might be.
Whatever, yeah.
The product that pops into the air. Not so that we can get rich and wealthy. If this pays for my time so I don't have to go and do the day job, awesome. But actually, ultimately, it's there so we can provide a service to
This is the truth.
others.
This is the truth. And I'll end off by saying this. If you meet the universe halfway, right? If you put in the work to get to your end destination, it day by day happens.
Yeah.
But wishing with no action is not going to happen.
Yep.
That's all I got for you, John. People, subscribe, like, heart. I know John's probably got some more to say, but just we appreciate every second of you guys. It's been a crazy journey. We're learning so much. I hope you guys are as well. The audio's popping off. We're appreciative for that. YouTube's finally popping off because we're putting, guess what, John? We're putting action and energy towards that, so it's happening. Subscribe, like, we just thank you guys.
Yeah, there's been a few late nights beyond when
a lot of late nights.
Max is saying, "Oh, are you pulling an all-nighter?" And then he's about to go to bed at what time, and I'm up at 5 to get on the bike. And do you not sleep? But we're putting the work in for each and every one of you to get a valuable show. And if you do like it, if you get value from it, hit that thumbs up, hit the like button, write a comment, and do join our community, and we will grow together. So, for tonight, thank you, and we'll see you in the morning. Bye.